My name's David Readman and I'd like to welcome you to my Tuesday night fun and games live show. Every Tuesday night on YouTube at 8 o'clock. Come and join in. Hi, my name's David Readman, singer of Pink Cream 69, Voodoo Circle and many more. And I've just released the second single, The Fallen, from my upcoming record, Medusa. Came out on the 14th. Go and check it out. The Fallen is available on all good streaming sites. We're making this record together. Come and help me. Come and take a quick look. At the video on my YouTube channel. The link is below. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Bye bye. Good evening. My name's David Readman and welcome to my Tuesday night fun and games absolute mayhem. 50% mayhem and just whatever goes on. Some people have mentioned that there's no concept. It's interesting to watch. And they want to watch it and they have no choice, but they're not exactly sure what it's all about and what I've just said. But that's what I've always been good at. Lots of BS, I suppose. But tonight we're going to have a concept, believe you me, I think. Anyway, 50% absolute mayhem. Anything can go on. Questions, answers, history, career, Pink Cream 69. And of course, 50%. There is another 50% or 51% of constructive streaming where, you know, we stay very professional. Hope you're well tonight. What's been happening recently? Yeah, what can I tell you? Honestly, at this moment in time, we're a bit delayed. We made, obviously, together, we made 2 videos. And we released those on Spotify. But this third track is, I think, more or less recorded. I'm working on the vocals at the moment, the last minute sort of things. Obviously, I'm trying to make a great track. The vocals are obviously the cream on the cake, the final touch, you could say. And I'm not satisfied yet. I'm still working on the refrain. Hope you can hear me, by the way. I'm going to look at the chat in a bit. The refrain is, of course, on a song. It's probably the most important thing. Sometimes you might have songs where the guitar is really important, like Smoke on the Water, you know, down, 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 stuff like that, you know, that those rare occasions that do happen in life. Yeah, we're busy working on it at the moment, and as soon as that's finished, I can upload it to Spotify, and then I can come up with some kind of date. It's probably more than anything possible. It's going to be in June. There's no doubt about that. But it's going to be a bit later on in June, I think. I'm going to need a bit more time to do the video because I'm still waiting for the video. And at this point in the game, I've got some great people involved. They've done their music, their musical part, but I'm still waiting for videos. I have no reveal videos. If you're watching tonight, I have no reveal videos. So, of course, there's 2 main guys that's going to be in, of course, on this track. There's going to be Julien SPREUTELS as always, so I'm not gonna pest him for another reveal video. And we're gonna have Michael KOLAR once again on drums because he already did this track actually before the last one, before The Fallen. So he'd already, you know, done his bit, and then on this track it was already there. And I kind of, this next third track was supposed to be the second single. Complicated, but it's possible because we have no record company, so I can pretty much do what I want. And if I decide it's going to be on the 14th or the 15th or whatever, it's really down to me. But of course, I need a certain amount of time for it to get uploaded on Spotify and stuff like that. But it's all going well. But more about that later. Let's see who's online tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who's online. Good gracious me. And actors online in Brazil. Carola. Noriko. So we got Japan already. We got Brazil. We got Germany. Sarah's online from the UK. Adrian Whitaker. Kate Barnwell. Hope you're well, Kate. I notice you're having a bit of trouble. By the way, it is incredible. I'm really upbeat about it, you could say. I have a date. I'm not going to go further about what this date is about, but I have a special date which I've been talking about recently, and it's going to be next month, early next month. So it's absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, it's just sort of happened overnight. And a friend of mine, I talked to a friend of mine, also from the UK, Pete, and he mentioned it to me, and I got it sorted out. So early next month, I should be a little bit further. And obviously what I'm talking about, we're talking about playing live, we're talking about traveling again and stuff like that. So it's going to be the beginning. We're not going to go directly into it, but I know some people out there have had, unfortunately, some side effects. Not everybody, but some people are affected, and it's really unfortunate, and let's hope that gets sorted out soon. I noticed Adrian's online. Good gracious me, the second time. Or is this the second time you decided to write something? It's incredible, man. We definitely got to meet up this time. I got to come to your village and walk around the village with you, my friend. Who else is online? Yeah. It's great. That's fantastic. Anyway, let's go back to the chat window, the main chat window. Here we are. Then everybody can see what's going on. Yeah, great to be here. But unfortunately, I'm also not let down. But I was hoping to get some reveal videos going on for the guitar player, the Polish guitar player. That's what I can tell you so far, and I can also tell you about the Spanish bass player. I have a little bit of video for you in a bit about when I went to Spain with Tank already 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago now. 2 years ago, we were in Spain. Where were we in Spain? Good question. But it was absolutely fantastic. We flew in the day before. We stayed in an amazing rural hotel, you could say. And I have a little bit of backstage footage that I want to show you later on. And basically that's the plan, you know, once things open up a little bit more and things start to move a little bit, and I go to Germany again or wherever. Probably Germany is going to be the first place of call, the easiest, I guess, to play some concerts and to be able to get some backstage footage to show you guys. You know, that's going to be the future of the vlog once the record's been made, of course, and then we start making another one maybe. but everything's good. Everything's great. I've had orders already from Brazil, from a friend of mine. He's ordered already a lot of CDs that he wants to sell in his shop. But of course, it's not finished yet. But as soon as it's finished, I'll be sending a truckload of CDs over to Brazil. So I'm looking forward to that. That's great. For great support, of course. And let's see what's going on in the comments. Yeah, thank you. Amazing news. That's true. Yeah, Adrian, you know what I'm saying? We need to have a chinwag. I've seen you on Insta, and it's incredible. Insta. It's quite young, isn't it, to say Insta? But it's incredible with this social media business, how connected we can be. And, you know, like I haven't seen Adrian since, it must be like 35 years. Ridiculous. It's got to be a long, long time. We've changed a bit since then. We've aged. We're not quite in a wheelchair, but we've aged. And, you know, with the social media, it is how many people online? 17. It's possible to stay in contact, and it's just so fun, so fantastic. But like I said before, I'm waiting for the reveal videos. I can give you a tiny little tip here about the Spanish situation. We don't have anybody online yet, I guess, from Barcelona or Spain. We've got 16 people online. But I can tell you now, on bass, it's going to be a female. We've got a female bass player from Spain, and also somebody I've never met before, but I discovered her on social media. Basically, an incredible bass player, and I thought, wow, this is incredible. She's got to be involved in this next track. It's going to be a fast track. It's going to be a strong song, and I needed somebody who can play this bass line, and she did an incredible job. But we're not going to go further anymore. That's going to be a little tiny, itsy bitsy, tiny reveal for you tonight, and we'll continue with the reveal hopefully over the next few weeks. I'm going to have to speed these guys up. I did call up the guitar player in Germany, the Polish guitar player, and asked him to basically, you know, speed up a little bit. You know, we've got business to do, and he said, yeah, it's okay. He's gonna probably sort out like a green background and get on with it. Let's have a look who's online. Yes, thank you very much, Kate. B50 Steve says, question, if you would choose an alternative to metal, what would it be? You mean like as in a band or music? I mean, I listen to everything. I mean, let's be honest, I listen to a lot of stuff. I have a problem listening to the radio, the general radio, especially here in the Netherlands. There are other channels that can be a bit more sort of for the oldies, you could say. But a lot of this newer stuff, oh my God, it's absolutely horrific. It's very difficult. It's all plastic. Sometimes you get a real voice involved, but the way that it's packaged, of course, is quite modern. And yeah, what can I tell you? You know, other kind of stuff. I enjoy ballads. I enjoy using my voice. I like acoustic stuff. As far as style's concerned, I'd probably go, yeah, obviously still staying rocky, but maybe a bit lighter, but not necessarily, not like Journey or something like that. Or, you know, it would have to be rootsy, possibly blues, like a rootsy blues melodic thing. I definitely would like to do. I did actually ask Thomas Blug many times that we should make a record, but he's always been busy with his Amp 1. You can find him on YouTube. He's been really busy with that, and I'm sure at some point we're going to do something. But that would be incredible to be able to do something with him, a bluesy kind of record, possibly with Alex, because on the last Voodoo Circle record we did a song called Song for You. I think it was titled, it was kind of like a Gary Moore type sort of thing, quite bluesy, and that's already kind of going in a way to, you know, in that kind of direction. I enjoy that kind of stuff very much. Never really done that much live. You know, I might miss out on the electric guitar a little bit there, but I listen to a lot of stuff. I can't tell you really what I listen to, but I'm pretty open-minded. I can look through YouTube and you find enough stuff these days to watch. And I've always said, when I was teaching for many years in Germany, teaching singing, a singing teacher, and I said, you know, a lot of these kids these days, you know, they don't know how lucky they are. I mean, back in the day, we would listen to records, we would mimic the singer, or we'd play the guitars and the guitar solos, and sometimes we'd slow down the records to be able to listen to the solos. Whereas these days, you go on YouTube, it's all there. There's going to be somebody somewhere who's going to show you how to sing that song or play that song. So they don't know how lucky they are, you know. Oh, we got Bram online. Good gracious me, to what do we owe this honor, young man? Anyway, quick drink of it's leaded, or is it unleaded? I don't know. Bram, hope you're well, man. I'm still online here. I've been online ever since you were probably online last time, possibly, anyway. But no, it's incredible to be here. We've released their second single. I don't know if you had a listen. Bram is somebody I've worked with on many occasions in different situation, tribute bands, my own band. An incredible guitar player, and we actually met for the first time in Germany when I was playing with either Thomas Blue, but I think it was Demon's Eye. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, you know, there's that one, and then on the record before I left the band, I've got it somewhere, maybe. Is it possibly one of these here? Possibly not, but you know, we've always had our quiet sort of tracks where, you know, as a singer you can really show yourself off when it's not blasting through, you know what I'm saying. And also with the acoustic, I've also enjoyed doing that kind of thing as well, you know. But of course at the moment, you know, we all know the story. I haven't been doing so much of that, but things are looking up. Like I said, I got my date, and let's hope that very soon we can get back to business. You know, at the end of the day, I've been lucky. I've been doing many years as a musician and that kind of thing, but there are people out there who are just kind of like getting their foot in the door, and it's kind of spoiled things a little bit. But you know, time will change. So let's go to a couple of important things here. I'd like to show you this real quick. The Fallen t-shirt artwork is finally been finished. It's not far away from the original t-shirt, I have to admit, but I do like the red. I have to say, I do like the red. I've ordered mine. It's on its way, so I'll be hopefully wearing that soon. Mine's in the wash again. I've just been wearing that t-shirt to death, unfortunately. Or have I lost it? Or did it fly away in the wind? No, it didn't. It's in the wash again, and one of these days I'm going to put it on again. It's terrible. But anyway, this is the new artwork from the latest t-shirt. Of course, all proceeds go back into the record. We are doing also really well. That's a good point as well. Let's go back to the main video. As you can see, 4,355 raised at 5,000. So that's going also really incredible. We're just coming up towards the end there. It's not far to go now. You know, it has stalled in a way. It's quite slow at the moment. I have to mention this. This is all obviously part of the streaming. We're making this record together, and anybody that does donate, be it €1, €10 or whatever, you know, from 35, you're already ordering your CD, of course. But, you know, if you've donated, I've got all the names, and all the names end up on the record. So the record, the booklet's just going to be full of names, you know what I mean? But here we go. Jasi Castillo, hola! Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if you look on the side about the t-shirts, there are long sleeve. There's like thicker material and stuff like that. There's even posters, all kinds of stuff, drinking bottles, all that kind of stuff. You check out the link, which hopefully should be below the video. There's lots of different links down there to my website and places like that to check out. The website does need changing, of course. That's going to be something that has to happen, obviously, when the record comes out. I am not going to change that at this moment in time. But if you look on the site, I think you'll find that there are different styles of t-shirts, long sleeves and stuff like that. So I've also been receiving a lot of pictures from different people who've bought the t-shirt. A few weeks ago, we had Glenn Williams. He was an Australian bass player. He's also going to be involved as well, and he was wearing the t-shirt live. Now, you don't get many live pictures at the moment, you know, obviously with the situation. Is that somebody new online, or should I try and comment? Should I? Orion Sia Dewa? Actually, I think you've been on before. Yeah, but good to see you. We got how many people? We got 15 online. Oh yeah, I will buy it next time. Thank you so much. So. Anyway, look, let's go to this little video that I have for you here. This is, I don't know what the audio's like, but this is when we played in Spain on an incredible festival with Tank. And you know, when you're live somewhere, this is basically you know, this is backstage. You know, I think this is kind of like midday before we set up, or it could even be possibly you know, when we were, you know, setting up for the sound check. But it is as incredible it is, you know, I was watching this video recently and I was like, my God, I miss this. I miss this so much. You know, the live thing, going to different countries. As you can see, there's a lot of people in this audience. It's just incredible, and it was such an amazing gig, an early gig for me with Tank anyway, that's for sure. quick look around. Everybody getting set up. There's Bobby on drums. It was a nice festival. There's Mr. Mick Tucker on the arm. And there's Randy. Actually, an interesting story. Actually, Randy is also a Dutch bass player. It seems like the Dutch are very good at playing bass. Now, Randy is such a lucky guy. He got a job basically to play with Vandenberg. Now, he was obviously in Tank, and he got a job to play with Adrian Vandenberg. Now, Adrian Vandenberg played with Whitesnake back in the day. He didn't actually, now I'll probably get in trouble for this, but he didn't play on many records because he had a lot of trouble with his hand. So that's why they pulled in different guitar players over the years. Now, Vandenberg, he seems to have sorted out his hand. He made a band, his own band and stuff like that, which he then stopped. And he basically redid a few tracks from his history, from the Vandenberg times, and he pulled in Randy on bass. Now, of course, I was really happy for him that this happened. It's just incredible. He really deserves it. Great guy. Also from the Venlo area, there's a lot of music going on in that area. But then along came the Big C, and it was just like, they released a record. It was an incredible record. And just so unlucky to have something like that happening, Absolutely so unlucky, man. Let's go here then. I'm forwarding it for you guys. Yeah, once again, there's Bobby on the drums, and but it was quite often like this. We turn up at a place, we have absolutely no equipment whatsoever. We have the guitars, maybe Bobby has a snare drum, and some sticks and some cymbals, and we use the gear that's there. So there's really nothing to take. You're flying to Spain, probably on Ryanair, and I think it was absolute mayhem to get there, if I remember rightly. There was some kind of weird stuff going on, and I think we even had to get I think we played the day before in Belgium somewhere with Johnny Tours, and there was a problem with the flight the next day, and I think we had to get up really early and go to a different airport to get this flight to even possibly do this gig. It was just absolute mayhem, if I remember rightly. It was just so crazy, as usual. And we would then go to Australia and Japan later, which was, the organization was completely different. You cannot have a badly organized situation in these countries. It has to go smooth. Let's have a look. Now, Tsuko's online. Japan in the house with Noriko. Wow. Incredible. So we've got 13 online. Actually, that's it's not a record. We've had more, but I think a lot of people are busy, possibly outside barbecuing in this horrendous weather at the moment. It's nearly June, but I don't mind, because I enjoy the good weather. But in my studio, because I'm on the top level of the house, I've recorded records up here before, and it's just been like 40 degrees. It's been like I recorded the Voodoo Circle record many years ago. Well, it'd be like 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. It was 40 degrees up here. It was absolute mayhem. I was just dripping. I think I must have lost, loads of weight, man. Kilos of weight doing that record, because in the morning I would edit the vocals, I would write lyrics, and then in the midday and evening I would record the vocals. And within like 9 or 10 days, I'd really written the vocals from scratch and the melodies and recorded it, backing vocals and everything. I think it was even less. It might have even been 7 or 8 days, because we were under pressure to get it done, So let's go back over here. yeah, like I said before, it's one of those things, you know, I'm waiting for videos to come in, and this might be interesting for our Spanish connection. There is a young lady on bass on the next track. It's a really up-tempo track. Actually, the guitar player was not complaining, but he said, you know, he said, David, he said, this is a fast song, man. And I was like, yeah, you know, we need this kind of material on the record. You know, it's obviously going to be a ballad. There's going to be or songs, you know, like Fallen, or even the first track, Shelter from the Storm. By the way, we definitely need a few more clicks on those videos, people. You know, if you're in the mood to share it again, I'm sure you're sharing it like crazy anyway, but if you're in the mood to share it and stuff like that, I'm thinking of always ways to get it out there, to get the message out to the people. Because at the end of the day, I do have 5,000 friends, but that does not mean that 5,000 people see the video. So if you want to get involved, absolutely fantastic. Any of you guys got any questions? It can be the 50% of mayhem and just ridiculous, or it can be, you know, solid stuff. You know, I'm ready and waiting for you. But in the meantime, I'd like to show you this second video. I want to do a vlog on this, actually, on this incredible journey. I have videos, of course, you know, going to the hotel, and also the journey from the airport and stuff like that with the guys. This is all stuff I want to do in between, but at the moment, I'm desperate to get these reveals done for you people. Okay, 1, 2. What a damn shame. What a damn shame. Oh my god. Yeah. Kaitonda. So hopefully now you can hear me. Let's have a look. This is, after all, a live show. You know, this is the real deal. This is real deal at home streaming, you know, with no backup. Nobody to come and say, hey, Dave, your sound's gone off. You know what I mean? But no biggie. There was a nice question there, actually. Can you normally sing, or do you have difficulties when it's terribly warm and humid? I'll be honest with you now. Touch wood, no trouble whatsoever. In my life, I've been a very lucky boy. I've done gigs in Irish bars, right, where it's like 40 degrees. Everybody's smoking. It was a time when, you know, it's a few years ago, people were still smoking in Irish bars. In Germany, I mean, the air was thick. You were tearing up with the cigarettes in your eyes. And I probably sang better. You know what I mean? It just, I'm a Burnley boy. My father was a coal miner. Sometimes he would bring those little birds home in the cages, those yellow birds, because those birds were in the mines to detect the gases. If they were dead and lying down, you didn't go in the mines. So we're from a different kind of stock, you could say. And I think it's really just like a mental thing. It's an upstairs situation. If you go and do a gig and go, oh, I'm not feeling good today. Oh, my voice. Oh, you're gonna have trouble. You got to go on stage, right? Whenever I've gone on stage, I've always watched other bands before, and I'll think, well, they're pretty good, you know. Oh, they're pretty good, these guys. But then I say to myself, and now it's my turn. So you've got to go on stage with this self-confidence, you know, and that is going to affect the voice. Of course, if you've been sick, if you've had a cold or whatever, there's nothing going to help you. But sometimes I've had situations where I have been pretty rough. You know, I'm like 1 or 2 times a year I'm going to be sick, maybe got a cold or whatever. And I've sang through it. For whatever reason, it's worked. You know, whoever knows. Maybe it's an influence from above. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Any more questions? We had a question back here. He was asking about Insta thing. I upload videos to Instagram. I have no idea what goes on there. I'm better with Facebook and YouTube. Insta, I do it laptop based. I upload stuff and just fingers crossed, hope the best. People watch it, and I think they do. And if they can somehow get guided to the main video, of course, on YouTube where the clicks are. But you know, the main thing is getting the message out there, and of course, hopefully getting people to Spotify and building up the Spotify if possible. You know. Next question, which was nice here, was making a new record with Tank. Yeah, I mean, we're busy with that. We're on it. You know, I mean, it's slowed a little bit recently. I think everybody's kind of taking kind of a break in a way. Also, I'm obviously busy doing with different things, and but it's on the cards. There's no question about it. And I think probably over the next few months things are going to speed up a little bit. And I've already had some dates for next year with Tank and stuff like that. So let's see what happens, man. So it's been a short time with Tank, but we've already been to so many places. We've been to, we nearly made it to South America. We were in Australia, Japan, Spain, Belgium, the Netherlands. Yeah, it's a live show, and yeah, it's always strange, when you're doing this streaming business. I was telling somebody recently that this streaming business and a whole vlog business and making own videos and everything. I have not done this before. This has been like the last 4 or 5 months learning curve, and there's no book. There's no book you can buy and you read about it and you go and do it. It's all out there basically on YouTube. It's watching the videos about the green screen, situation. So many possibilities. I mean, check it out on the last video. It's the first time actually on the video so far. Julien did his video at home with a green screen background, and he could send me that stuff online, and I could put my own background in there, and it's almost like he's really part of the video. You know, we're making lockdown videos, and even though, I mean, let's be honest, even in a normal situation, we may not be able to come together to make a video, of course, unless we would play live, you know. Without spilling the beans. Well, I'm not eating beans at the moment. Might have a few beans in with a breakfast, baked, like they say over here, and in Germany they say baked beans, baked beans. Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm doing an Italian project at the moment, which is really important, which is going quite well. I'm doing this, of course, my solo record with you guys. I'm doing a Pink Cream record, a Tank record. I've got a UK project that there's kind of nothing really going on at the moment, but I'm just waiting for word to get back on that, and probably other things. Everybody wants to make a record. I mean, obviously Voodoo Circle, we're not going to release it this year, I guess, but that will also be next year. There'll be another record. Well, I think Alex has already got most of the songs together for the next record. Pink Cream 69 records ready and, you know, ready and willing. You know, some people ask me, how do you plan all this? And sometimes I've got into trouble. I've double booked. I've been with one band here and one band there, you know, and that's not good. But somehow I've always managed to make it work. But you're gonna always upset somebody. You're gonna upset somebody, and quite often when I've upset these people, they've never forgiven me, and it's really not necessarily my fault. It's just being a full-time musician, you know. It's about surviving and doing the music and getting the message out there. I mean, I've been playing live now for the last 30 years, you know, and that's all, of course, changed, and that's why I hit the internet era, man. Yes, it was such a... I mean, the Japanese concert two times in Tokyo. I mean, my God, that was just incredible. I mean, in the same place, full up. You know, we left the equipment there, and I said to the guys, I'm not sound checking the next day, man. You know, why? You know, it's done. I am not sound checking 2 times, but we did anyway. And I remember it was funny because when we were in Japan, I decided, look, I'm going to have a walk round. So I found a 7-Eleven and bought an energy drink because I was jet lagged. I mean, it was just so heavy. We'd been in Australia a few weeks before. Now we're in Japan. It was as humid as hell. Humidity was incredible. Downstairs in the club was pretty cool. And I said to myself, look, I'm here. I'm going to have a walk round. So I went off for a walk. I said, I'm not doing a sound check. So next thing I know, they've sent people out to look for me. David's on his own in Tokyo. And I get back and they're like freaking out. Oh my God, David, you cannot really walk. Well, of course you can walk around on your own. It's not dangerous, but of course, you know, it's a strange place in the red light district in Tokyo. Next question, Dysphonia. I like it. I mean, in being in different projects and bands, I love it. I mean, I back in the day, I'll be honest with you now, I joined Pink Cream 69, and I was obviously in Germany. I signed an exclusive deal with Sony Music, but in those days, we're talking about 93, 94. It was really normal to be in one band. You were exclusive, and that's what you did. Maybe you jam with someone else a little bit, but not really. And Adrian Smith called me up from Iron Maiden, and I had auditioned for him. And that's another vlog, but I don't have any video, unfortunately. But I got the story. And I went down to London. I auditioned for Adrian Smith. He liked it. He said, but look, it's the beginning. I'll get back to you. Anyway, he called me up later on, actually, in Germany. He got the number for my sister. You can imagine my sister answering the phone. Hello. Hi, this is Adrian Smith. I used to be in Iron Maiden. And she was probably like, yeah. So he calls me up in Germany. He got the number from somewhere, from Dennis's house. And he's talking like that, you know what I mean? He said, Dave, you know, I'd like to ask you to join the band. I said, well, look, I'd love to, but, you know, yeah, how's it going to work, you know? I mean, see, now I'd do it. I'd be like, yeah, man, let's do everything. But at the time, it was like, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm exclusive with Sony. I said, oh, okay. You know, and then I think we met up when we played with Bruce Dickinson, of course, on the tour with Pink Cream 69. It was always very nice. And great guy. But back then, you just didn't really do it. Whereas today, with the internet, swapping files, a lot of the stuff, you know, it has to be in Germany, of course. I mean, if it could be Friday, it might be in Frankfurt. The Saturday would be possibly in Stuttgart area, you know. On the Sunday, I might drive back or whatever. But I've had situations where I did a Friday gig in Spain, in Mallorca. I was doing an event thing. I was playing guitar as well and doing some stuff. Flying early in the morning and getting back to Germany in Frankfurt and doing a gig on the Saturday night with Demon's Eye back then. Now that's dangerous, because if you got a delay or if it doesn't work with a flight or something like that, you're not back for the Saturday gig. Now, if I'm honest, I did not tell the band that the day before I'm in Spain. They won't like that. They get very nervous about that. And they probably didn't like that, but hey, that's life. Long flights to some gigs. Yeah, I mean, I think back in the day when Led Zeppelin were flying to America, it was probably a long flight and pretty boring, you know. But, you know, when you fly these days, you've got the TVs in front of you. And I'm not a flying kind of guy. I can fly, but I'm not crazy about it. And you just get your headphones in, you get set up with your TV in front. It's like Netflix, and you just watch like 10, 11, 12, 13 episodes of whatever. Some people watch Vikings and stuff like that, and before you know it, you're there. And you sleep a little bit, maybe you eat something. Very comfortable. These big airplanes. Cathay Pacific, I think it was last time. So you're on these flights. I mean, it's not Ryanair. It's not like a cheap Ryanair flight for €15, you know. So very comfortable, and generally no problem. You know, you get there and you go to the hotel and you sleep. You know. Have you stayed in a Japanese style hotel room? Yeah, I think so. Definitely. Pretty much like the rest of the world, a bit different in a way, I suppose. This time we stayed, like you said, we stayed at Glenn's house, and he has a special apartment that he bought, and he basically every week or at least 2 or 3 times a month, he'd have European or US musicians staying in this apartment, which was on the outskirts of Tokyo. It was like an hour drive, 45 minutes drive, in a village basically, and once again, I'd go on walkabout and have a little walk around. And I remember watching, there was like a main street and shops on the left and on the right. 7-Eleven, of course, across the street. And you'd walk up the street and you'd see the police station. And there's a policeman standing outside the police station on guard on the main street. So I had to walk past this guy. Now, it's no big deal. But he looked at me a little bit because, you know, you stand out, you know. They don't really necessarily see so many European-looking people possibly on the street, you know, and not in that area. In Tokyo, yes, but not in that area. But Glenn told me later on, he said when he gets a band in, he always goes to the police station and tells them, I got guys in. It's possible there's going to be some European-type guys walking about. So they're ready for it. So, you know. They've been warned, and funny though. Yeah, I mean, on the last night, after the last night, we went straight to the hotel room. Nice, very small, very tidy, of course, very correct hotel room in Japan. Of course, we slept there for like 3 or 4 hours or something, and then we flew back to wherever we were flying back to, possibly Tokyo, and we then flew the night before. We must have been somewhere else, Kawasaki maybe, but I can't remember now. I'm terrible with that kind of stuff, but I remember being there, that's for sure. Craig Boyd's in the house. Hi, David. I remember a walk I did with you and 50 cab drivers in Jamaica. Ha ha, nice. So true, my friend. I mean, I get off the boat, the Monsters of Rock boat, and we're in Jamaica, and I'm expecting Bob Marley to greet me on the beach, right? I do like a bit of reggae. So I get off the boat, and the first guy, there's a lot of people, and I'm like, okay, it's busy, you know. First guy comes along. Hello, my name's whatever, Denzel, and I'm going to take you around the island in my taxi, and we're going to see Mick Jagger's house. And I'm like, no, we're not, because, you know, this is kind of weird, and probably should have. But this is kind of weird, and I got a gig later on, and, you know, I'm just going to hang out. I just want to have a walk round, you know. And I've actually got a little bit of video, which I found, which I'm going to upload on the vlog. And 19 people online. It's growing. It's growing. And so I do this journey. It's like first guy, second guy. It's like 11 taxi drivers, another taxi driver. I'm going to take you here, take you there. I get back to the boat because I'm kind of like, you know, it's kind of cool being in Jamaica, but it's not what I expected. Then Craig gets off the boat. Mr. Craig Boyd, you can see here. Craig gets on the boat. Gets off. And I see him. I'm like, hey, Craig, man, how's it going? You know, we've met on the boat. He's a good guy. He's there with his good friend. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to do this walk again, right? But I'm going to say to these taxi guys that Craig is my manager. I'm like thinking maybe it's different with a few guys. So we do the walk again. The first taxi driver comes. I said, look, don't speak to me. This is my manager. So they talk to Craig. Second guy, third guy, fourth guy. Came to the point I said, look, guys, this is stupid. You know, I mean, this is what it is. You know, these people need to make a living. You know, they need to survive. You know, this is what they do. Let's get out of here. It's not going to work, you know. But, and actually, as we were walking along, many people asked us if we want to get braids. Now, I'm not going to get my hair braided. No way, man. I'm never going to get those things out, man. It's not going to happen. But Craig did. Craig got his hair braided, man. And it looked really cool. Yeah, can you tell me about the Without You song? Oof. It's been a while, you know, that album came out in 2007. So it's like 14, 15 years ago, something like that. You know, with these streams, I think it's important to be honest about what's going on and stuff like that. Honestly, with that track, little story for you. I was making this album for a certain record company, and it was a difficult process. I'd say, you know, I had like all the songs, but the record company said, look, go and write another 4 songs. And I was like, oh my God, you know, I've got the drums going next week, and, you know, we're making this record, and it was my first solo record, and it was a big deal for me, you know. So I was sending like some songs, and the record company had said no, and that's it in the email. And then the next song they'd say yes, but nothing else. Yes, no. So when they said no, I was kind of like, well, it's a good song. I don't understand it. No worries. Now, Without You, I remember writing the song, and I knew straight away this is a good song. I wrote a verse, a bridge, and a refrain. Sent it to the record company, and they liked it. I was like, thank God, you know, they like this song. It is a good song. Very melodic. And I came back to the computer and I'd lost it. I'd lost this song. So I had to kind of redo it and whatever. No big deal. But, you know, it was okay because it was a good song and the record company had accepted it. Now, these are songs that I wrote specially to keep the record company happy. I was glad that they asked me to do this, of course, because I ended up with like 4 or 5 really good songs then that made the record a lot better, you know. But at the time, I was a little bit angry. These are songs I wrote for the record company, you know. But thank God I was put under that kind of pressure to create better songs. What that song is about is what you make of it. You can decide without you. A job proposal from another band, moving somewhere else. For me, no problem. Absolutely no problem. I've always said that. I've kind of committed my life, you could say, to music anyway, more or less. Devoted my life to music. I've been on stage for 30 years. And, you know, I always said if Van Halen called me up, I'd be ready. But that's not going to happen, of course, with Eddie gone. And I think there was a time when, you know, there was a time when big bands could have contacted you, and it's possible even maybe to this day. And I've had some situations which has been pretty cool, but it didn't necessarily work out, or you know, plans changed and stuff like that. I've been very lucky in the music business. I'm happy what I've done so far. If something like that would still come, bring it on. Thank you very much. Great stuff. Let's get down to business. But if not, then not. You know, I've been very lucky. I've had a great career so far. I've travelled, played many concerts, still making records. So I'm content. But of course, you know, in this business and probably in other job businesses, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be looking for that next thing, you know. And back then when I was young, I was getting good calls. You know, I was getting from Adrian Smith some stuff. I worked with a guy called Thomas Mac Rockling. He'd been in a band called Bad for Good. He'd worked with Steve Vai back then. So Flog. Yeah, I got a call from him and jammed with him back in the day. So I've had some good situations, some nice stories, you know. But who knows? Who knows what could still happen? Thank you, Noriko. You know, I'm still really happy about that record. This record that we're making now, it's still a melodic rock record, but it's different. I'm trying to move a little bit with the times, bring maybe some a little bit more modern elements. And what's really important for me is, obviously, since that last record, I've been involved in many different situations, be it ALMANAC or other bands, Tank and stuff like that. I think it's nice to be able to bring elements of what we did in those bands into this record, you know. Of course, it's going to be a melodic rock record, but it's not going to be that record, you know. I think it's important to evolve, not to go too far out of the box, but to evolve with how you're feeling and how you're sounding as a singer. You know, my voice has changed over the years. It's still there, thank God. It's changed, and of course, you know, the way I did sing back then, of course, I can still do it to a point, of course, but, you know, I do prefer maybe a different style and a different way of singing these days, you know. But you still keep that, you know, you still keep your identity, of course. It's coming up to the hour, people. 20 people online. Thank you so much. Let's have a quick look again, boys and girlies, to the T-shirts. Remember, if you want to support the upcoming record Medusa in any shape or form, this is the artwork from Fallen, the second single, if you've just been tuning in. This is something we're doing together. My name's David Readman. I've taken to the air because of the current situation. It's been a fantastic ride. It's been so fantastic. So many people involved. All you guys listening tonight, you tune in every week. It's so fantastic. I'm missing Mark, of course. Maybe he's sick. And Eric. They're obviously busy tonight, or they hate me or something like that with his big hands. But that's all right. you know, I don't expect everybody to be there every week, but we have amazing people, and it's just so fantastic to look back and to have a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke, people what they ask me and stuff like that. And going to get some reveals going on for you guys. Third single's definitely on its way. Everybody's done a fantastic job, and we got the Polish guitar player, the Spanish bass player that we still need to reveal. And then I can, once I get some videos from these guys, I can make a start on the video, which shouldn't be a bigger, because I'm just such a professional now at making videos. The GoFundMe is at 4,355 from the 5,000 mark, which is just incredible. Also had a lot of stuff on PayPal, which is just so amazing. Thank you so much to everybody that donated so far. Recently had also a fantastic donation. So, you know, it's just incredible. It's been such an amazing ride so far. Met so many great people, and hopefully once things start to open up and we get out there live again, I've got some nice backstage live stuff for you, or even, you know, concert stuff for you guys to watch. And Akhtar, it's going to be an amazing record. Thank you very much, Kate. Good night. Hope you're feeling well soon. Like I said, I've got my date. Hopefully it goes well. Next week, basically, that's worked out really cool. So for me, it's really important. Not necessarily, you know, that I'm scared or anything. It's really about the start of something, to be able to get out there, to be live again and stuff like that. Thank you for everybody that's been watching tonight. It's been an amazing ride. It's been fun and games as usual. And I'm going to leave you now with a little bit of video. Got a last thing there. Yeah, Disponia, you could go to the GoFundMe. And you can donate there, of course, or you can do the PayPal, but like you said, you don't have PayPal. Or you contact me. You see the email below, hopefully. I think, yeah, the link should be down there. If you write to me, we can find a way you can pre-order the CD and everything, and we can make it work, obviously. It'd be great to have you involved. Thank you so much, everybody. I wish you an amazing night, and I'll see you next Tuesday. And let's get some reveal videos out there as soon as possible. Adrian, send your number over and we'll get calling, my friend. It's been a long time. There's only one thing to say at this moment in time. There's only one thing, and I'm not that sure what it is. Could it be a different language? Possibly. I know. Adios! David Readman, and I'd like to welcome you to my Tuesday night Fun and Games live show. Every Tuesday night on YouTube at 8 o'clock. Come and join in.